The Amazon looks wild and untouched, but scientists just found something buried beneath it. For years, we thought the Amazon rainforest was just trees, rivers, and animals. It looked like a place untouched by people, a pure natural world full of mystery. But in 2023, scientists discovered something shocking. Beneath the thick jungle, they found what looked like roads, buildings, and even pyramids. Not made by nature, but by people. They weren't guessing. They used a special kind of technology called LiDAR. This tool uses lasers to scan the ground from airplanes, even through trees. What they saw amazed them. In a part of the Amazon in Bolivia, they found the remains of a huge ancient city. This wasn't just one building or a tiny village. It was a whole system of connected cities. They found platforms, canals, wide roads, and signs of farming. All this hidden under thick forest for over 1,000 years. Just imagine this. You're flying over a sea of green. Everything looks like jungle. But suddenly, the scanner shows that beneath those trees, someone had once built a massive city, and nobody knew it was there until now. Scientists say this changes everything we thought we knew about the Amazon. If you love stories about lost worlds, secret cities, and ancient surprises, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more to discover. The discovery in 2023, a team of researchers from Germany and Bolivia flew over a part of the Amazon rainforest. They weren't just taking photos, they were using LiDAR light detection and ranging. This amazing tool sends laser pulses to the ground and measures how long they take to bounce back. LiDAR is perfect for jungles. It sees past trees and finds shapes on the land. And what it found was incredible. Hidden in the forest of Bolivia, scientists spotted large platforms shaped like pyramids. They saw wide, straight roads stretching between the platforms. They also found canals, water paths built by humans, not nature. These weren't random shapes. The layout was planned. The whole area was designed like a city grid, with open plazas, living spaces, and farming areas. This wasn't just nature at work, it was a forgotten human world. Who built it? So who built these cities buried under the Amazon trees? Scientists believe it was an ancient group of people known as the Kasarabi culture. They lived in what is now northern Bolivia, around 500 to 1400 AD. That's even before the famous Inca Empire rose to power. The Kasarabi weren't just living in huts or simple camps. They were skilled builders and planners. Their cities had raised platforms, big open plazas for people to gather, and long roads connecting them. Some of these roads stretched for several miles, showing how connected their world really was. They also built canals and reservoirs to move and store water. The Amazon is full of rain, but it also floods. These people had smart ways to control the water so they could grow crops, travel, and live safely. Even their houses were well designed. They built them on high ground to stay dry during floods. And their farming? It was planned too. Scientists found signs of terraced fields, flat steps built on hills for planting food. This proves one big thing. The people of the Amazon weren't just scattered tribes hiding in the forest. They were city builders with real plans and systems. They worked together to create organized large communities. Some experts now say there may have been tens of thousands of people living in this ancient city system. That's more than many small towns today. And they lived in balance with the jungle, using its resources wisely without destroying it. So the Amazon wasn't always wild. At one point, it was home to a busy, thriving civilization, one that knew how to live with nature, not against it. It's amazing to think that these people did all of this without modern machines, electricity, or even metal tools like we have today. They used what they had: stone, wood, and knowledge passed down from their ancestors. Their story reminds us that just because something is hidden doesn't mean it was never there. The Kasarabe left behind a whole world beneath the trees, and we're just now beginning to uncover it. Why did it disappear? If this ancient city was so big and advanced, the question is, what happened to it? Why did it vanish? Why did the jungle cover it up for so many centuries? There are a few possible answers. One theory is climate change. A long period of drought may have made it hard for people to grow food and find clean water. Without enough resources, people may have left the cities or died trying to survive. Another idea is disease. When Europeans arrived in South America in the 1500s, they brought new illnesses like smallpox and measles. The local people had never faced these diseases before. Many got sick and passed away quickly. Some experts believe that entire villages disappeared in just a few years. There's also the chance that European contact itself caused chaos. Even if they didn't reach every tribe or city, news of outsiders may have spread fear. Trade routes could have been blocked. Conflicts may have started. These disruptions may have led people to abandon their cities. But here's something interesting. The jungle itself hides everything fast. Unlike deserts, where ruins stay visible for centuries, the rainforest grows thick and fast. Trees, vines, and moss can cover buildings in just a few decades. Even stone pyramids and long roads disappear under layers of green. So, over hundreds of years, the ancient cities faded from memory. Without people to maintain them, nature slowly took over. Eventually, no one even remembered they were there. That's why modern scientists were so surprised. They had walked these forests before, but they never saw signs of cities. It took LiDAR to reveal what eyes could not see. This teaches us an important lesson. Just because something is invisible doesn't mean it doesn't exist. The forest didn't destroy the past. It simply hid it. And now, with new tools and open minds, we're starting to uncover what the trees have been guarding all along. What it changes about history. For many years, people believed the Amazon was a wild, untouched place. A green sea of trees with only small scattered tribes living inside. But this discovery changes that story completely. Now we know that the Amazon was once a hub of civilization. There weren't just small groups of people here. There were entire networks of cities, organized, planned, connected by roads and waterways. This means that the idea of an empty forest is a myth. The people of the Amazon had their own way of life. It wasn't the same as the pyramids of Egypt or the castles of Europe, but it was just as impressive in its own way. They learned how to farm in a rainforest. They built raised roads that didn't flood. They stored water during rainy seasons to use during dry ones. These are signs of intelligent design, not random luck. Other discoveries around the world have shown similar things. In Cambodia, scientists found the ancient city of Angkor Wat hidden beneath jungle trees. In Central America, Maya cities were discovered using the same LiDAR tools. And now, the Amazon joins that list. What's special about the Amazon is how fast it hides things. Trees grow tall, roots cover walls. Vines pull buildings apart. In just a few years, cities can vanish from sight. This is why people thought nothing big had ever existed there. But now we know better. Even famous explorers like Francisco de Orellana, who traveled the Amazon in the 1500s, wrote that he saw large, busy towns along the river. Later, Europeans thought he was lying or imagining things, but maybe he was telling the truth all along. Scientists now believe millions of people may have once lived in the Amazon basin. Their civilizations were strong but fragile in the face of disease, war, and time. And their stories were almost forgotten until now. This changes how we teach history. It reminds us that the jungle wasn't always silent. It once echoed with voices, footsteps, laughter, and life. We're only beginning to understand the full story. And there's still so much more buried beneath the trees. We thought the Amazon was untouched nature, but beneath the leaves was a city. A place full of life, full of knowledge, full of people who worked together to build something lasting. And for hundreds of years, it stayed hidden under the jungle floor. Trees grew over it, animals made homes on it, storms washed over it. But still, the city waited quietly, just out of sight. It's only now, with the help of modern tools like LiDAR, that we are finally starting to see what was always there. A lost world, rediscovered. This discovery doesn't just change how we see the Amazon, it changes how we see ourselves. It reminds us that humans have always been explorers, builders, and dreamers. Even in the deepest forest, people found ways to live, grow food, store water, and raise families. We don't always need stone monuments or gold treasures to prove a great civilization existed. Sometimes the proof is in the land, the patterns of roads, and the quiet shapes that the Earth still remembers. And this is likely just the beginning. Scientists believe there may be many more cities buried in the Amazon, still waiting to be found. Imagine what else is out there, covered by trees, forgotten by time, but never truly gone. Subscribe for more stories of lost worlds found again, because our planet is full of hidden wonders, and together, we're just starting to uncover them.